Hello, welcome to our Booksplosion Passenger live show. My name's Christine /polandbananasBOOKS. This is my channel.
I'm Jesse from the channel Jesse the Reader.
And I'm Kat from the channel Katie-tastic.
Today we're going to be talking about Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, we were working with Disney Hyperion this month, and it was our January book of the month, and we'll be talking about it in a spoilery fashion, so if you haven't read it yet, you don't want to stick around, but you should come back once you have. We could chat. It's going to be fun. What we're doing is we're going to be taking questions from you guys through Twitter using the hashtag PassengerSplosion. That's PassengerSplosion, like, on Twitter, hashtag. And we'll be doing that. It's going to be fun. And we're going to start off with our initial thoughts. Jesse, want to kick us off with some initial thoughts?
I will kick it off. Okay. I really love this book. I thought it was a lot of fun. I loved all the time periods we went to and all the different places we got to go throughout this book. And you could really tell that, like, Alexandra Bracken, like, stepped up her game for this book, like, writing-wise, and also, like, all the research that went into this book. I can't even imagine, like, all the time that she had put into this book, but it was fantastic. I really loved it. My one, like, negative thing that I have to say about this book is that the romance did feel a little bit insta-lovey, but that didn't bother me too much because, like, I went into this book expecting there to be a romance, so that didn't bother me at all. But overall, I really liked this book. A+.
Kat?
That was like a long pause. I was like, is it my turn? Do I just go? Christine, you're moderating.
Sorry, I was trying to tweet out the link.
I'm just, like, staring at each other.
I really enjoyed this book as well. It just completely captured me. Like, it's so atmospheric, and it's not like a super fast-paced book, but once you get into it, like, it's so captivating. I loved the writing, I loved the characters, I loved the world, especially the time travel aspect, which I'm sure we'll talk about later because it's very fascinating and kind of confusing, so there's lots to discuss there. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and yes, it was wonderful.
I, too, loved Passenger. This isn't it, but I'm in a random hotel right now, so I'll have it. But I loved Passenger. I really always love Alex's characters, and this was no exception. I think she's very good at making them feel real and interesting and well-rounded. And I love Nicholas. I love Etta. I am so excited to see more from them. I really want to see Etta in her element with violin again, and she never picked up a violin for the rest of the book, and I was like, ah. And I love the time travel aspect. Time travel is so much fun, and yeah, I didn't feel any insta-lovey stuff. I felt like, though, I felt chemistry with the characters when I was reading it. It wasn't like sometimes where I feel like they just get together for no reason and stuff. But yeah. This is great. I am excited for the second one.
Yeah. Oh my God, the ending of this one.
Yes.
You know how she likes to end her books.
Classic Alexandra Bracken ending.
And I had to reread it because I didn't believe what had happened. Are we into spoilers now? Is it safe to talk about?
Yeah, we're into spoilers.
It's weird. Warned right in the beginning that we're gonna be doing spoilers today.
I really thought she died. Like earlier. I didn't think that when Nicholas was injured and he was sick and he was like had the fever and he might die, I didn't think he was gonna die. But I really thought Etta died. Like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, this book just went in a really different direction than where I thought it was going.
Yeah, no, I thought that maybe, like, I thought there were two routes, that like she either hasn't died or that she died and he has to go back and fix it somehow, like, so she's not dead. But it's so difficult because this world has a different rule set and such. But yeah, Jesse, what do you think?
I thought she was dead too. I thought that Nicholas would be the person that we were going to follow after that, you know?
She exploded into gold dust just like the Shadow Hunters when they killed demons. Not Black Ichor and Goat, but some gold sparkles. Let's see. Okay. We have a question here from Taylor. She says, would you rather have Cyrus as a father or for Rose as a mother.
Oh.
I mean, I think Rose.
I don't know.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, Cyrus doesn't seem to care about his children at all.
No.
Like, he's willing to do whatever it takes to get back to his first wife, and like
It's weird.
that's what we know of. Like that's what we think his ultimate plan is. But with Rose, like you said in your book talk, Christine, like Etta could have talked to Rose and told her, like, you have to make it go down this way. Like, it has to happen. Like, we don't know everything that Rose knows. We don't know Rose's entire perspective on the situation. So she might actually be a good mom. Whereas I don't think Cyrus? I don't think he's a good dad. Like,
like Rose, I'm holding out on the hope that it was Etta from the future that was like, Ma, like, this has to happen. Then it's like, okay, you gave me permission to do this to you.
Right. Hopefully that's how it goes.
I don't know.
Is that who you thought the Traveler was? The one that Rose mentioned?
Yeah, I think that was like who, after doing the book talk and thinking about it a lot, I was thinking, well, maybe it's her, because that would make me feel better about this. But I don't know, you know, like, it might be, there's a big possibility that it's someone else. I think that would be a cool twist, though, if it was her.
See, my first initial crackpot theory was that the Traveler was Nicholas and Etta's child. Like, in
that could be, too.
Like, I thought I was like, because after Rose mentioned the other Traveler, she like Nicholas, she asked like Nicholas's name, and then like that kind of had a reaction out of her. So I was thinking like,
maybe. I wasn't paying attention at that moment, but like that would be cool. Also, I don't think did they use a condom? She could be pregnant.
It was the year 1400.
I know. Well, you know, you never know. There's a lot of future stuff around that room. Keep a box of condoms in there. He used to. I mean, I guess they got pregnant too. It was like the dad used to go there, or not the dad. Who was in there? Yeah, her dad. Rose's dad.
Rose, yeah, her.
Yeah, and they got that. That's why that kid's there. So maybe they don't have condoms. What's his name? Hassan, right?
Yeah, Hassan, I think.
Yeah, I liked him a lot. We had another really fun question. What would you want your? This is also from Taylor. Taylor, thanks for these nice questions. What would you want your family sigil to be?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
A computer. No. I think it's a really cool question, and it depends. Like me, myself, or my whole family. It's like,
you have to pick something that like represent your whole family.
Yeah. It's like
I feel like you have sigils. You have like your Book Lion shirt and like the Book Slayer shirt. Like you have
like the Riccio family. Like I feel like mine would be a bunch of like yelling people in the huddle.
I don't know. I want something bookish, like books, or.
Is that your whole family? Family.
I don't care about that. This is my sigil. I get to design it.
I feel like ours would probably be like a dog, because our life just surrounds our dog.
I'll just make mine Chandler too.
Chandler.
I'm trying to think what like would be a good family crest. I'm just looking around the hotel and I'm like, a blow dryer.
Just waiting for something to pop out at you.
Like, what could it be? Did you guys prefer The Darkest Minds to this book, or did you like this better than The Darkest Minds?
Ooh.
This question is from Herondale's Full Life.
Full Life. I think we're gonna have to have book 2 to really know if this like replaces the slot for The Darkest Minds. But I don't know.
Because they're very different. Like the Darkest Minds had a more fun element because you have like the kids and there's like more dialogue and I don't know, they just have very different feels, but I really like both of them.
Yeah, I think they're completely different story types, and just so everyone knows, if you're just joining us, we're taking these questions from Twitter with the hashtag #PassengerSplosion, PASSENGER-splosion. Now, back to what I was saying. Yeah, what Kat was saying they're really different, and I really like both of them too. I feel like they had completely different tones. But we can look at them as a series once the second one's out and see, like, overall which story you think arced better. But I think they're both really great in different ways, and it's hard to judge them right now against each other.
How would you judge it just against, like, the first book in the Darkest Minds trilogy? Like, which one was the stronger, like, first book?
I feel like stronger writing, just because this one felt really well written, was Passenger. But stronger feelings I had for the Darkest Minds.
Right.
Like, I was like an emotional wreck after that book.
The situations were so different too. So it's like, hard to say.
And like in the Darkest Minds, I was like, I need Butera now. And with this one, I was like, wow, I'm really interested to see what happens next. But I wasn't like an emotional mess.
Yeah. See, I wasn't as emotionally attached to the Darkest Minds, but like with Passenger, I feel like it is kind of more epic and like a stronger, bigger story right now. But the Darkest Minds was more fun because it, like, even though lots of bad stuff is happening, it does have a lighthearted element, and you have like the kids and like the group, whereas this one was just about Ed and Nicholas, really.
Yeah, and you're dealing with like so many like serious things going on, like the slavery aspect and just the time travel, dying mafia thing.
I can't believe there's only one more book. Like, I can see how the story
wrapped up. Big book.
Yeah.
But
how long was this one?
So much to this world.
Yeah, this was only almost 500 pages.
Yeah.
So the next one's probably going to be.
No, but like I'm sure it'll wrap up the story just fine. But like, there's so much to this world. Like, where's our prequel novel about the Thorns? Where's our prequel novel about Cyrus?
Like, maybe we'll explore different aspects of it.
She's really good at writing novellas, so maybe she'll.
Yeah, I love the Darkest Minds novellas.
Yeah,
so
they're amazing.
Let's see what else we got here. Who's your favorite and least favorite character? This is from Christina Nilsson. I think the least favorite for me is that jerkwad on the pirate ship, who was a jerkwad. I can't remember his name. But you know the guy.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name either. Was it Davy? Was that it? No.
No.
That was one of them, right?
I don't think it was Davy. I think that was the friend, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I'm getting them mixed up in my mind.
Because there were a lot of names, and we didn't go back to them.
Yeah.
So, it was like that racist asshole. The loyalist. He was a loyalist, too.
Yeah, but I mean, he's, like, universally hated. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think he's, like, the character meant to be hated. I mean, obviously, Cyrus is interesting to me, and I want to know more about him.
Yeah, see, that's one thing that I like, is that all the characters have, like, these different shades of morality. Like, Cyrus is, like, evil, but he just wants to get back to his first wife. Like, that might be a good motive. Like, if he were the hero of the story, like, it could be flipped around like that. And, what's her name? What's the girl's name?
Hedda? Sophie?
Sophie.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, but, like, she's really interesting, too, because, she's so fascinated by, like, the women's rights movement and, like, female empowerment and stuff like that, but she's also takes it too far, and she, like, has a really dark edge.
Yeah, and the thing with her female empowerment is that she cuts down the only other female that's trying to support her. Bitch, what are you doing? Like, you go out
practice
and
what you preach.
God. I was just so annoyed. I was like, how dare you turn on the one person who's trying to show you some respect? Uh, who's your favorite characters?
Probably Nicholas.
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
I don't know. I like Alice a lot.
I like Alice too. She grew on me as we went along.
Yeah.
And it was interesting how her character kind of developed because we went back in time and like found her and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like we'll probably run into her again a lot, right? I feel like maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think she's actually dead?
I think she's dead right now, but maybe we'll change the future and things will be different. I can't believe the mom killed her. I cannot believe this is Rose. It's like, what were you thinking? Like, why?
I need to know what happened there. Like, maybe Rose is the villain. Jeez.
I know. Like, there is a chance, because she's spouting Grindelwald shit and Dumbledore and his bad age stuff. And, like, even Valentine shit. Like, Valentine thinks what he's doing is for the greater good, and she thinks it too. The greater good is a dangerous little slogan you got going on there. Like, it's never a good thing when people are like, this is for the greater good.
So what do you guys think is the right thing to happen? Like, Cyrus has his current timeline, and like all the Thorns hate this timeline because it's not their timeline, but like, and they want to restore their timeline, and that would ruin everyone else's lives. Like, what timeline do you guys think should be the right one?
The Thorn timeline is like the destruction of the universe, apparently. Yeah. Like, and like, the Thorns, I want to know more about them, because like when you say the Thorns, it sounds like you're talking about like this family, the Thorns, but it's like this cult that's mad at Cyrus. So I want to know, like, who... I mean, we know that the dad, Edda's dad...
They're mad at Cyrus because he made them all homeless.
I know, but, like, that's not the reason to destroy the world. Like, like, no. Hate just makes me hate you guys. But I want to know more about them because, you know, we don't know anything from their point of view. So maybe they're not trying to do that. Maybe there's something else that they're going for, and this is just what we've heard from people. Yeah. If you guys could travel to any time, when and where would you want to travel to?
It has to be the past.
It has to be the past before your life.
I would want to go to, like, 1950s Paris or something like that.
Interesting. What would you do there? Just explore?
Just explore, yeah. Anybody else?
I don't know.
I just read about this, and I don't want to, like, say. But, like, I was just talking about this in, like, my other thing. But I also was thinking about, like, I'd want to go to, this is completely irrelevant, like, I wouldn't actually want to go there, but, like, it would be cool to go back to dinosaur age just to see the dinosaurs.
Just to see the dinosaurs.
Like, I wouldn't want to be there without, like, the protection of one of those magic bubbles.
Yeah.
Jurassic World. And the ability to zap myself right back. No other answers here, guys? Kat, did you not say
anywhere, like...
Anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere, like all the places that they go in this book, and like any historical books I've read, like I'd love to go to Victorian England, like then going to 1940s England, like I really thought that was interesting. I find that I'm really into like this whole time travel World War II thing, like between Miss Peregrine's and this, I'm just like, I actually kind of like this time period, which I didn't expect.
Yeah, I love that time period, but like going there and accidentally die or something, and
I think it's safer than the dinosaurs. So
well, dinosaurs aren't at war trying to kill each other; they're just natural.
No, you weren't there. Like bad blood between the dinosaur clans.
No, I've learned about them. This is who you would know. I kind of, I'd love also to like observe cave people.
Just observe.
Like a cave family.
Like a reality TV show.
I think if you go back in time and
Neanderthals.
visit the cave people, that you need to experience their lifestyle.
Like,
You're going back there. You're going to experience it. You're not just observing.
no, I'd observe for like, I'd bring snacks. And I'd also want to observe like Neanderthals and like Neanderthals and Homo sapiens around at the same time before Neanderthals became extinct, and I'd like to see them like interact because they're like two different species, and like one dies off, and it's just like weird. It's weird to think there was another human species on Earth when there were humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, how strange would that be if there's a subtly different human species? But yeah, we're getting very off topic. If you were going to travel to one of these passenger spots, I'd obviously pick 1776. When would you guys pick?
I don't know. The 1776 was cool because of where they specifically were, like the pirate ship and what they were doing.
1776, America, the whole 13 colonies is cool.
Yeah, that's cool, but like I would want to actually be there from the descriptions of it and like.
Well, I mean, if you're a woman, you don't have to go to war.
Yeah, but if you have no rights.
Yeah, but you're just observing and going home. Jesse.
I don't know.
There's only like 4. Pick one.
Which one was Alice at again? The 1940s London?
Yeah, 1940s.
Yeah, I'd probably do that one.
Okay.
Even though they weren't
must be there
for very long, I might go to Paris. They like just popped in there.
Alexis says, where do you want the characters to travel in Wayfarer? And I know because Alex said that they traveled to San Francisco at one point, which is interesting.
That is very interesting.
We don't know when, though.
Yeah, I wonder what like time period it would be.
Yeah.
If it's San Francisco, it's after San Francisco has been established as a town, city, so.
It's further. It's definitely further in the future than, like, 1700s and stuff.
I want to go to the future.
We're going to have to see the future because we're going to have to see Etta. Like,
yeah.
And we'll see the alternate timeline, the darkest timeline. Evil.
What year do you guys think she's stuck in? Like, what decade?
This is where things get confusing because, like, does she get thrown up back? Like, it depends when the timeline changes. So if it's before when she's born, like, does she get thrown to, like, 1955 if that's where things get messed up?
I think that's how it works. Like, she could get thrown to 1955. She could get thrown to...
Okay, so it doesn't have to be, like, after 1993 or whenever the heck she was born.
No.
Okay. That's interesting. And scary. Because, like, that means... I don't know. But doesn't that mean that anyone who's born after that time gets chucked back to that time?
No, only if you're a traveler.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So her mom would be chucked there too.
Yeah. Right?
So it must be after her mom was born, but before she was born. So she's probably like in the 70s somewhere.
Maybe. Or it could be after she was born that this happened because apparently she's the one who needs to fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It gets all confusing when you think about it.
So confusing.
Like, I like them. I would never want to go to the Black Plague era, but like I always want to see the Black Plague era. Like I'd like them to go there.
Your time travel adventures are very dangerous.
I don't want to go. I'm just
dinosaurs, cavemen, Black Plague. Why can't you just go like Victorian England or like go?
I don't want to go Victorian England. Everyone poops in the street.
Dinosaurs.
Victorian England is like in between when we had plumbing and when things were so not.
Plumbing with the dinosaurs.
No, but like the thing is, there's no people around, so there's no need to like really fret about it. There's always when it's like overpopulated and we don't have plumbing. That's gross.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Let's see. A lot of questions. Okay, what's the deal with the earrings? So this, I feel like there's got to be more to the earrings than just what we saw.
I think they have something to do with how the
Astrolabe, blah blah blah. Yeah, maybe like
I think they have something to do with how it works or how to destroy it.
Yeah.
like maybe she had her make those earrings to specifically put in whatever you need to use into them, or the pearls. I don't know.
We have so much emphasis on these earrings, like.
Yeah, I was just like, He's just like, oh yeah, they made them for her mom.
I thought she was gonna have to use them to get the astrolabe from when they were like looking for it in that.
Did it not feel so easy when it was like a tree and it was right behind it?
Yeah.
I was like, girl, really?
You could have hit those better.
You really could have hit it better. Like, she should have put a fake one in there. It's like, you're expected to be behind that tree, and it's too expected. Do you think Sophia will end up on Etta and Nicholas's side by the end of book 2? I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
This is from Brittany Lane.
Hi, Brittany.
She doesn't seem unredeemable yet.
Yeah.
She's kind of pushing it, but she got her bit of karma when she was, left for dead in the desert.
Yeah, that was scary. First I kind of thought she was like raped and stuff. I hope she wasn't. She's gonna be messed up in the minds and damaged, and I don't know what's gonna happen.
I think that's gonna make her want to trust Etta more, like, and be more.
I hope so, but like, I don't know. I'm just afraid.
Once she finds out that Julian, is that his name, is still alive?
Yeah.
Or is possibly still alive, like, that's the main reason she hates Nicholas, and like she has so much of a grudge against him, is because.
Yeah, but she's still gonna be like, you let him fall off a cliff. And like, if she is like traumatized and stuff, who knows what she'll be like right now? Like, I don't know.
No. Interesting.
Okay, a lot of people asking where we would time travel to.
We've already answered this.
Did anyone cry? Did you guys cry?
No, I was never moved to tears.
Yeah, I don't think I was moved to tears either. If I did, it wasn't at the end. It was somewhere in the middle, and I cannot remember if I was or not. Thoughts on Etta's mom? We've gone into detail and bashed her mom. What would you guys do in Etta's position? If I had
point
at like when your mom was taken from you and you were told that if you did not go get the astrolabe, she would be killed. I think it seems like an impossible task to find this astrolabe. Yeah. And her mom, I don't know how, like, because we don't know her mom, we don't know how capable we think her mom is.
Yeah, that's the thing is, we don't know a lot about her mom at all.
Yeah.
And she is like a huge player in what is happening. Like, she has such a huge hand in it.
He threw a knife at her. I was like, oh.
No.
You look just like her. Like, it's like, you're a time traveler. Think for a second. Who could that be? God.
I was surprised that, like, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just, like, surprised that Etta didn't really seem, like, pissed off at her mom at all. You know, like, if this happened to me, like, I would have been a little bit angry with my mom for, like, leaving, like, all this information out and, like, not telling me anything about this, like, whole other world.
Yeah, no, I would have mad at her too.
But she just didn't, like, seem pissed at all, did she?
Well, the thing is, even in life or death, if your mom was being threatened to die at the same time, you're kind of just worried about that overarching, like, death. Yeah. Maybe she'd be mad at her when she reunited, but, like, she'd all first be relieved, I think.
And again, we don't know a lot about her motives, or, like, why she didn't tell Etta before. Like, was it to keep her, like, pure in time travel so that she wouldn't risk, like, running into her past self? Like, she needed to be unknowing about the time travel thing until this point in time? And for what reason? Like, did Etta tell her that it has to be this way? Like,
yeah.
You don't know enough.
This is an interesting question. This is from Katie Spadaforas, K-Spade. Would you rather time travel in Passenger or Ruby Red? And I'm trying to remember, like, Ruby Red is, oh, it's echoing.
Probably me. I'll be back.
Okay. So in Ruby Red, oh, it's really slow.
I'll be back.
Okay, Jesse.
Was it not me?
Okay, it was still echoing, so now it's not anymore. It was Kat.
Okay.
So in Ruby Red, when you time travel, it's like mandatory that you time travel for 3 hours every day. So like for 3 hours, you have no control over where you time travel unless you have this special device that can control it, right, Kat? Like it's like a device that controls where you go.
I don't know if it's about controlling where you go, like, because I remember that she could never leave the country. She could never travel.
Yeah, it was like always in the same spot years ago.
Yeah, it was always in the same spot, and the device got to choose the day. But like
In the year, though, right?
Yeah, like you got to choose.
It was like a time travel, like
you're in the same spot.
you're in the same spot. So it's dangerous if you're like on a third-story building, and if you haven't gone to the time travel place to like put in your 3 hours, you'll just zoom back wherever the hell you are to a random time, and you don't know when you're gonna get back, right? You just like you randomly pop back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, so they have this machine set up in a certain area, and so you have to go visit it every day. Like, there's this cult who are time travelers that have to go back to it. But
Yeah, so she's basically going back in time to sit in a room and do her homework in like the 1800s.
she's a slave to the time travel. As long as you do your 3 hours every day, it won't blow up and send you wherever the heck you are, like somewhere. But it's unpredictable. So in past, I think Passenger is probably better, but like you also have this mafia overlord, and you're so responsible for like the world. So
I want to do the Passenger version because it just seems more fun. Like, not only are you traveling in time, but you're traveling all around the world, which is something you would never get to do in Ruby Red.
it's just
You're on a plane, and then you time travel. And then
yeah. That it feels scarier in Ruby Red. Like when I read that, I was like, she was just like in her house. Thank God the house was still there. Like, jeez Louise.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with Passenger for this one.
And then if you're back in time, say you're back in time in London, and you like zoom back to a dock back in 1912, and then you get on the Titanic, and then like you can't control when you zoom back. So what if you're just in the middle of the ocean and you zoom back forward in time? Like you can't. I can't remember. You can't control when you go back, right?
no, I think it's after a certain amount of time. Like, you don't like just pop right back. But
Do they give you a certain? Is there a time that when you prick your finger, there's a time period? Maybe because did they know when to return? I can't remember.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember that there was some way to like
Control that.
control it a bit more.
I think they must have had a window, like a time window with the machine. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember though.
Yeah. Let's see. If you're just joining us, I just want to remind you that we're taking questions with the hashtag #PassengerSplosion from Twitter. So put your questions in there. Do any of you guys play a musical instrument? That was one of the coolest parts of the book for me, and this is from Michelle M. DZ. Thanks for your question.
Thanks for your question. I used to play piano, but then I gave up on it, and I regret it forever because I wish that I could play the piano now, but I can't.
I've played a couple of instruments, not very well. Like in junior high, I played the clarinet in band, and I did piano lessons for a little bit. But yeah, I always wish I stuck with music in some way because I love music, and I wish I was better at it.
Yeah, I started violin like in 3rd grade, and then like in 4th grade, once I started needing to know the notes without the letters, Like, I could do the letters, and I couldn't read the music, and it was so frustrating, because, like, reading was something that was so important to me, and I couldn't read this weird language, and so I stopped, and I've always wanted to learn piano, because I always like to play on it and try to teach myself, but the same freaking thing happened, because I would, like, do the teach yourself, and then then it started to change to notes instead of letters. I can't read notes! But I've always wanted to learn to play piano. Like, I'd love to, like, do a Gaga number with the piano. And even the violin's amazing.
I think the violin is hard.
Yeah, but, like, I love the way it sounds. And I love, like, the way she describes it, like, the feeling she gets when she does it, like, the control you have it because it's so little, you know, like, you hold the violin. I like that.
Yeah, I really like how the music was incorporated and how, like, the resonating had something to do with, like, the time travel and stuff.
It makes me think that, oh, this was another theory that popped into my mind, that, like, maybe you have to play the astrolabe. Like, it has something to do with music, because why would her mom have her taking these violin? She's the one who made her take these classes. Like, there's a reason behind that. And so, like, and if she had to play it somehow, that would make so much sense with the overarching, like, plot that Rose laid out her whole life. She was teaching her to do this her whole life. So it's going to be something that she knows how to do.
Do you think it correlates with, like, the astrolabe?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think, like, what if she has to play the astrolabe in some fashion? Like, she knows music, and she must, I don't know, give her a bow and let her try to, like...
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Interesting theory.
Yeah. Let's see. A man bumps into Etta at the beginning and asks her her name. Who do you think that was? Ooh, I don't even remember, because in the beginning we weren't paying enough attention.
I don't remember that either.
Was it on the steps outside, maybe?
Yeah, it was before she jumped back and she was like...
Maybe that was Julian.
No, I feel like she recognized him again. He was like one of the Thorns.
Mm.
I see it. I don't...
It might be one of the Thorns. Let's see. Okay.
Or like, she could have a sibling or something. Like,
it could literally be anyone in her family. Let's see. Do you think that Cyrus can travel? I don't think he can, seeing how he uses other people to do everything. You know, that's interesting. I think he can. I think he doesn't actually belong in 1776. I think he uses that as headquarters. Because, like, Sophie was born in the early 1900s, and that's her grandfather. So, I mean, like, it doesn't, you know, even Rose was born in the 50s. So, like, it's weird. You can be born in any era, and your parents can be born in any era, and it doesn't correlate. So it makes...
Wait, Rose was born in, like, the 20s, she must have been.
Yeah, she was, well, the 20s, in the 50s, was she in her 20s?
Well, in the 40s, when they visit Alice, Etta looks like...
Oh, yeah, she's like her age. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so it's weird, because now she's in 2015, and it's just, and that's when her daughter was born, like, years and years after her. It's so weird. So, like, Cyrus could be born at any time. Like,
yeah.
And he said he didn't like the year 1776, so that's what made me think that he was born later on. Like, he said, like, this disgusting year or something.
I think he can travel. I just think he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I think he's embraced this role as the mafia boss, and he's the boss. So other people can do this too. He doesn't have to risk himself.
Like, yeah, he doesn't want to go running around the portals. He wants this item that will let him create doors and go wherever he wants.
Also, like, he's old, so he's probably slower and, like, just doesn't want to be running.
Yeah.
Someone said nice community reference. Thank you. Let's see. That was Anna. A lot of people asking, comparing it to Ruby Red now. Who do you think is going to die in Wayfarer? This is from Nicole Murdoch.
Not our mains.
No, not our mains. I think we're going to have a happy ending of sorts.
Yeah.
Like a bittersweet.
Yeah.
But I think maybe Sophie will die. Maybe she'll be redeemed, and then she'll die. Maybe Rose will die, because maybe that won't be too bad because we hate her.
Yeah. I would be okay if Rose died at this point.
Cyrus will probably die. Jesse?
It's less about who's going to die and more about who we're going to, like, meet and bring into the story.
Yeah, because it's over such a wide span of time that, like, death doesn't...
All time.
Yeah. Like, cause even if they're dead, we could go back and see them. So it makes death kind of a different concept. Because just like Alice was dead, and then we saw her halfway through the book. That's when we really got to know her more.
Yeah. But, like, that had already happened in Alice's timeline. Like, when Alice died and she was old, she knew that she had already met Etta, like, in previous years.
Yeah, and like that, again, like she cultivated this love for violin and this musical life, and it's like, why? There's gotta be a really big reason why. Because just a G note, they could play a G note and get by with that without having this extensive background. She's like a professional violin player. How do you think Etta's going to react when she meets her father, says Becca W?
I don't know. It depends on what kind of guy her father is.
Yeah, and it depends if she knows. She doesn't know. She never...
Oh, she doesn't know.
Yeah. So she could run into him, and he could not tell her that he's the head of the Thorns, or, like, she couldn't even know it was her dad, and, you know. So, it could be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
It'll be interesting.
Where do you guys live? Kind of irrelevant. Do any of you have hidden talents? Assassin, time traveler, fae?
All of the above.
We're actually all fae, so we can't lie, but we can manipulate. How was reading Passenger? Oh, do you guys have any cast in your mind?
Ah.
I did picture Nicholas as that guy from Scandal. He's like the sibling that's on there now. One of the siblings. You know who I'm talking about, maybe?
I have not caught up on Scandal.
I don't watch Scandal. I don't know.
Oh, not Scandal. How to Get Away with Murder. Excuse me.
Oh.
Siblings, you know?
You know, I could see Dean Thomas as Nicholas.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
That's not who I'm talking about, though.
I know it's not who
Okay.
you're talking about, but that just dawned on me.
Hang on, I'm looking up the actor.
I don't know who I would cast for Etta right now.
I watched the trailer a couple times, and I actually liked those people as, like, the characters.
I like them. I don't know. Etta looked different in my head, but it's probably just because she was blonde and looked kind of like me, so I just, like, put myself in her. That's whatever. Like, it always happens when I'm reading a blonde character. I'm like, oops.
Okay, his name is Kendrick Sampson. For the viewers, just so you guys know.
Let's see. How do you think Julian's gonna come into play? Like, this is a big mystery. Like, Julian isn't evil. It seems like he's just like a product of how he was raised.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like, he'll be on the right side.
Yeah, I don't think Julian's evil because even though Nicholas kind of resented him for the position he was in, like, it sounded like they had some good times.
Yeah. Yeah, some good times. Yeah, because he considered him his brother. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that relationship mended.
Yeah.
Let's get Julian back. Let's get him on our side.
Mm-hmm. This is an interesting question. If you could go back in time and read a book for the first time again, what would you read? This is from Christina Chrissophia 13.
Besides Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's do besides Harry Potter. I think I'd go Clockwork Prince.
Carry on.
That was like 2 seconds ago.
I don't care.
Miss Peregrine's, obviously.
This was so predictable. Okay, which Harry Potter would you go back to?
Ooh.
The first one.
I go back to 7. Or
Yeah,
even
I'd go back to 7. I'd go back to 7.
7 and 6 had such hype and was so exciting.
7 just like blew my mind. So.
Yeah, I mean 6 was like a huge change.
Yeah, that was a game changer for that one.
Yeah, it was crazy. Both of them were great.
Yeah.
Or, and I'd go back to see the 7th movie again, the 7 Part 2. That was so much fun. Oh shit. Let's see. Do you think we'll ever get to meet Nicholas's mom? I think we will get to meet Nicholas's mom.
Yeah, I feel like there's something up with her. Like that whole scene where he was chasing after that woman in Paris, like I feel like that wasn't just thrown in there for no reason.
Yeah.
Something involving his mom is gonna come into play.
Yeah.
Like, he's a traveler, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And Christina Nilsson says, do you think there'll be a family reunion with Henry, Rose, and Etta? I think so. I think that will happen. And I think it's going to be funny and uncomfortable. Do you think that, like, the parents, I don't know, we know nothing about Henry. So, like, there might be a chance that her parents would get back together or something.
Yeah, even because when Alice mentions it, she's like, oh, Henrietta, like Henry, and then like she doesn't say it in a bad way.
Yeah, and the thing is, she still named a kid after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. You know who's also really interesting? The guy who is like a rapist, terrible person now, but was in love with Rose.
Yeah,
The other brother.
Julian's dad.
Yeah, Julian's dad.
Oh, yeah.
No. Yeah, Julian and what's his name's dad?
Nicholas.
Yeah, it's weird because Nicholas's dad and Rose were in love, and now his kid and her kid are in love. And I don't know. I want to know what their relationship, like, if he was a terrible person and she wanted to get away from him already, or if that really was what really messed him up.
Yeah. Probably both. Like, I feel like Cyrus is to blame. Like, Cyrus probably messed him up.
Yeah, I mean, like, also, what messed Cyrus up? Like, how did he get the way he was? There's so many interesting characters that you can really delve into that we haven't yet. Hey, Ross. I don't know if you're watching this, if you don't have a question, but I'm assuming you read the book. Okay. Let's see. Do you think you could survive on the legal pirate ship, says Eve Langle? I don't know. I guess we could survive. It'd just be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I'd stay downstairs. I don't want to get seasick, for sure, actually. I get really sick, I think.
I think it'd be fun. Like, as much as I kind of want the happy ending of Etta and Nicholas, like, in present day, getting to be together, I also kind of like the idea of them, like, being pirates together. Like,
I love that idea. I don't want him to be subjected to the shit that he's subjected to in that era.
Yeah. But if they're out on the sea, like, they're
They
waiting.
want to come in sometime for supplies.
Well, then they'll go to the future.
Yeah.
To, like, retire. But
They could be future, like, pirates that don't pirate. Just live on a boat. Let's see. Do
we want to talk about our next book now?
Yeah, yeah. You announce it. I'll see if there's any more questions that we really need.
And
Okay,
then final
so
questions if you have any.
Yeah.
and those are your final questions. We did a viewers voted thing. We each picked 3 books, and we had Vengeance Road, we had Steelheart, and we had The Book Thief. And the winner of the viewer's choice was The Book Thief. Woo!
Robin, you're so prepared.
Woo!
It's the book we've all been meaning to read forever.
I have 3 editions of it, and I still haven't read it.
Editions?
I know. I have it on Kindle, and I have the UK edition, and I have the American edition. Oh.
Yeah. I'm excited to read it. I mean, like, it's been long enough. It's time.
We don't know when our live show is going to be yet.
We
We'll
don't.
have
Give us a second to figure it out. We will let you know.
We'll tweet about it, etc.
Yeah. Ross says, "How's the Wizarding World?" It's amazing. But I guess that's it for the questions. A lot of them are like a lot of the same things that we've already answered. So if you came in and your question wasn't answered, I think we answered it earlier on in the live show.
We had a lot of good questions tonight, so thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it every single time and every single question. And it just means so much that you're here and that you're talking to us about it. We love discussing it with you guys. And we'll see you next month for Book Thief, hopefully, that you'll join us. I mean, we'll be here. I hope you'll be here.
This one should be really easy to get from the library if you don't have your own copy and you can't buy it or something like.
I bet most of them have it just sitting on their shelf. I think that's a big reason that it was chosen. They're like, oh yeah, I have this.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh yeah, I need to read this book.
But thank you for joining us. I'm Christine.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Kat.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
What am I saying? Goodbye.
Bye, 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 bye. Baby, bye, bye, bye.
We're still on. So we're still going.